Welcome back to my channel. I am the Mass Trans and you are watching me, baby. Why would you want to watch anyone else? Now, before we get today's video started, I just want to give a quick what's up to my peeps and a diabolical middle finger to each and every one of you motherfucking creeps. Alright, you guys, it is Friday evening. I'm feeling good. Wasn't even planning on making a video, but something called out to my spirit and said, Mass Trans, you need to go talk to the people. And when the spirit calls, you must answer. So I answered the spirit, and here I am. Here I am, y'all, just to talk and just sort of get this up off of my chest. And a beautiful chest it is. All right, so I was on YouTube, and Wendy Williams' Hot Topic came up as a suggestion. So I clicked on it because I enjoy Hot Topics, or I used to enjoy Hot Topics. Now it's sort of hit or miss. It's a little troublesome for me to watch. So during this segment of Hot Topics, Wendy is talking about gay pride, and she's talking about how this week's attire has had a theme of gay pride running through it. I did see that theme. Didn't like the attire, but I definitely saw the rainbow theme running through her attire this week. So at some point during Hot Topics, she segues into mentioning that the Brat is going to be a guest on her show today. Excuse me. I hope y'all didn't hear that. I hope y'all did not hear that. So anyway, she segues into talking about the Brat being a guest on her show today. Look, life happens, and I don't have time to keep pausing or re-recording, so it is what it is. So Wendy segues into talking about the Brat coming onto her show, and then she starts talking about the Brat coming onto her at some point. And that's when things get pretty awkward. So here's what I want to do. I don't want to spoil it for you guys because I want you to have a chance to see it. Evaluate it for yourself, okay? Don't listen to anything that I just said. If you haven't seen it, if this is your first time seeing it, just watch it, and interpret it as you see fit. After Wendy says what she says, we get to the segment where the Brat comes on, and then they actually talk about what Wendy had said. So you guys take a look. I don't want to spoil it, and I'll come back and I'll talk to you guys about it on the other side.
Speaking of gay, the Brat came out of the closet last year. I didn't realize this was something people were wondering about.
This shit don't line up at fucking... Oh!
I used to talk, well, you know, my radio, Messy Wendy from the radio. I always thought the Brat was gay, and this is not a revelation. I'm so shocked. Anyway, oh, by the way, she has a strong hit game. Like, so what you doing? I'm like, the Brat, I'm minding my own business. What do you mean? Is you alone? Oh, she tried it. Oh, please. I said, look here, Brat. We are friends. Like, I'm a girl, who's your friend? That's it. She's so cute, though. She's like a teenager to me. She's so cute, and I wanted to take her out for dinner, but she's not here. Brat, you know what? Get on a plane right now. You are gay royalty. If you walk onto any virtual for the parade or any brunch, they will stop, drop, and roll for you. Get here. Come, get here. Get a hotel, and I'll host you. Like, we'll ride around, and don't hold my hand. Nope. We talk about you during Hot Topics.
I think I came in on you saying something a little bizarre. So can you refresh and rewind and tell me what you said, girl?
Well, you got a strong pickup game, unless that's the way you always speak to attractive women. Like,
so do you think I tried to pick you up?
Yup.
When?
Look, I've got the receipts in my phone.
The last time we talked and I texted you, it was after I saw your documentary, and I felt like you ain't got no real friends, and I wanted to be your friend, so I called to check on you.
No, you said more than that.
I probably asked you if you were no, girl. You better check your phone, because I got the same receipts. I got the same phone and messages. Don't do that, girl. I mean, I love you, but I ain't never been attracted to you, girl.
All right, well, okay. If I was gay, would you like me?
No.
How dare you? What's wrong with me? What's wrong? I'm fine, but not for you.
No, yeah, you fly, but not for me. I already had my baby too. I had my forever already. I would never disrespect or do that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying if she wasn't part of the picture, how am I?
No. I mean, I love you, but I wouldn't want to get with you like that, Wendy. I just wanted to be your friend because I
Me
felt like
too.
once you showed your vulnerable side, like you're like human like the rest of us. You know, you used to scare us to death back in the day. I used to be nervous to come on your show because you would always say something that would just make somebody feel super little when they left, like they just was a piece of nothing. So you were great at that, and everybody I knew, my peers, were all scared to come to your show.
I mean, I know, but I'm just a girl.
I know you just a girl, and I get it now. I'm just a girl too, but the best of both girls, let me add. I know you're just a girl, but I do media too, so I understand now. I have a different view of it. You know, we get the stories and we got to talk about them. It's our job. We ain't trying to hate on nobody, but we're paid to give our opinion.
Exactly.
And that's what we do, you know? And our opinion matters to people.
And I love you on Dish Nation. I love that you're now involved in my business, so you understand what it is. You give your opinion, and then you move on with your life. You know, by the way, why aren't you actually in New York? First of all, I was going to take you out on the town tonight. Number one.
First of all, nobody told me to be in New York. I'm getting on a plane tonight to go to LA. So hello,
Damn
I would have
you.
been there.
Okay, but the New York Pride is bigger than LA Pride. Like, they would part the seats for you. Oh, I know so.
LA would probably beg to differ.
Well, that's why you're in Atlanta and not New York.
Born and raised in Chicago, those Chi-Town stand up. Yes, indeed. My dogs want to be on your show. Quiet, guys. Sorry.
Look, and you, by the way, I still think of as a teenager. Like, you don't age. You look really, really good. Yeah.
Thank you, Wendy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And so now Judy is good for you. I'm surprised that you were only out of the closet since last year. I always thought, like, how, where were people? I thought I
have no idea.
I thought I was part of your process back in the day. Like, come on out, Brat. How you doing? How you doing?
Girl, you were never part of my process. Not until I was ready to reveal anything did anybody know anything. And when I did it, that's when I let the world know.
So
back in the day, it wasn't cool. You know, you couldn't do that. Ellen lost her job, her show. Back in the day, you could not do that. But thank God it's different now. And I get to live out loud and live in my truth.
Yeah, that's new life. So
yes.
You revealed on social media, because Judy was sick of hiding and just took a picture.
Nope.
Okay,
nope, it's
what
not
happened?
she was sick of hiding. She was down to do whatever I wanted to do. When we were places in public and I didn't want to hold hands before I came out, she didn't. She didn't force me to do anything. She wasn't sick of doing nothing. We were playing one day at her mother's house and we were saying, I bet you won't post it. She said, I bet you won't. And I said, I bet you won't. And then I looked up and she beat me to post it. And I was like, oh, hell, I guess we just came out.
Yup.
And you know what? It was awesome.
Now,
I'm so glad I did.
Judy is good for Brat. Judy is a multimillionaires. She's got a successful cosmetic line, correct?
Hair care line, Kaleidoscope hair products, Miracle Drops.
Love it, love it. So Brat was the first woman rapper to go platinum.
I'm clapping up for that. Woo!
What do you think?
God is good.
What do you think about today girl rappers?
You know what? I love the diversity. I love Cardi. I love Nicki. I love Megan. I just don't like when they try to not be united. Because back in the day, we did like ladies' night. We would be united. We would help each other, call each other, get on each other's records. And everybody tries to make it a rivalry. And I just wish it wasn't that. Because it's not enough female rappers getting light as it is.
Yeah. Okay, who's gonna win versus Bow Wow or Soulja Boy? I say Bow Wow.
Come on now, you know my
welcome back. So there you have it. You hear the Brat, you hear Wendy, you hear Wendy, you hear the Brat, and now you're about to hear me. So there's a part of me that wants to tear Wendy to pieces, right? And then there's a part of me that feels really sorry for her. If you saw a couple weeks back, you saw her sort of shooting her shot at Gary Owens, and you know he was ducking and dodging. You know, you thought he was Neo in the Matrix the way he was trying to curve Wendy. You know, like. It was just awkward watching her ask him out on a date. First of all, as a fly woman, I would never I need you to understand what I say when I say what I say. I would never, under any circumstances, ask any man out on a date. Now, I might give off a vibe, put some energy in your direction, and it's up to you whether or not you receive that energy. But what I will not do is ask a man out on a date. That doesn't happen. You expect all of this to have to ask somebody on a date? Well, you have clearly suffered head trauma at some point in your life if you think that I'm going to ask a man on a date. So, I don't think that any woman, and that's not just me being egotistical, that's me just wanting to sort of create the dynamic that I don't want a man who looks to me for leadership. And I feel like when you go up to a man and you're asking him out on a date, that's sort of creating this dynamic that, I'm sort of the alpha in this relationship. And I don't like that energy. I simply don't. So I don't approach men. If you don't approach me, then it just won't happen. It's just that simple in my world. Speaking of alphas, that's my baby texting me. So anyhow, let's leave Gary Owens for a while. Let's talk about what we're here to talk about, and that's the Brat and Wendy. So when I hear Wendy talk about the Brat and I hear the Brat's response, to me, Wendy comes across unstable. Now, Wendy has built her entire career off of making light up of people like Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears, and all of these women have had some bouts with their emotional or mental well-being, right? And Wendy does not spare them at all. But I'm not going to be like Wendy because I'm me. And when I watched her on the show talking about how the Brat came on to her, it was just so completely far-fetched and so inappropriate. First of all, if that was the case, why are you putting this out on your show? Like, why would you do that? And secondly, it just sounded crazy. And then it got to the point where she almost came across a little homophobic, like, don't touch me, you stay over here. Like, and at the same time, you're celebrating gay pride. Wendy Williams is losing it, right? We are literally show by show by show by show watching Wendy Williams break down in front of our faces. And it is sad to watch because Wendy is a television icon, right? She is a radio icon. And as mean-spirited, as surly as she can come across sometimes, I enjoy watching Wendy. Look, it is what it is. But watching her on her show as of late, like even during this show, if you watch the entire Hot Topic segment, there's a point where she talks about one of her former co-hosts, I believe his name was Skeletor, and he passed away recently. Rest in peace, Skeletor. Not familiar with him, but with all due respect, rest in peace to Skeletor. And she mentions him, and she just sort of, even the way she's communicating that is just like, it's jagged. Like it's, I don't really have, I can't really articulate it because, to be completely honest with you, I'm like watching it through my fingers. Like, it's like watching a train wreck. And I don't think Wendy should have another season. I think that she should go away on summer vacation and never come back. Just take care of you, Wendy. Do you? Give the show to Nick Cannon if he can stop having insurance, because he needs another check right now, because Lord have mercy, Nick is out here laying low and spreading the wide. Nick got babies everywhere. You think Mariah looks back? Look, I'm like Wendy. I'm here to talk about the Brat and Wendy, but I just segued all the way into Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey. But do you think Mariah Carey looks back at Nick like, because that has to be just a little bit embarrassing for Mariah. But let me get off Mariah. I want to talk about Wendy for now. But Nick, you messy. But bring Nick back. Bring Keke Palmer. Bring someone back. Hell, bring Angie Martinez. Bring, I don't know who. Bring somebody. Anybody but Wendy. Wendy needs to take care of herself. But I will say this. The Brat got Wendy together. When I tell you the Brat collected Wendy like tithes and offerings, the Brat collected Wendy. The Brat collected Wendy like taxes, like overdue taxes. Woo, the Brat said, baby, I ain't never been attracted to you. The nerve. The nerve, Wendy. Now again, I don't like to talk about people's appearances, right? It's just, I'm sitting up here wearing a mask, but I'm judging someone else's appearance. But trust and believe, under this mask, you wouldn't want a minute of it. I try not to judge other people's appearance. However, if you're gonna put somebody on blast for trying to come on to you and try, you better be worthy of that. But like I said, the Brat put Wendy in her place. She said, look, girl, you didn't do me no favors coming out. I came out when I was ready to come out. Now, Wendy was halfway right, though, because the Brat was never in the closet, if you ask me. I don't know who she was fooling. I don't know who couldn't see it, girl, but Wendy was halfway right when she said that, girl. I didn't realize the Brat was ever in the closet because I didn't either. You know, I just thought, oh, okay, well, she just doesn't want to talk about it, which is her right or her choice. But I knew a long time ago, girl, I knew many moons ago what time it was with the Brat. But anyway, the Brat got Wendy together. It was funny to watch her get Wendy together because Wendy, you know, it's hard to shut Wendy up, but Wendy was like so awkward during the interview. Then at one point in the interview, she asked the Brat about female rappers. And, you know, the Brat talks about how she wished that female rappers of today were more united like the ones in days past, how they did Ladies Night, etc. And then Wendy says something like, yeah, maybe Hot Topics has something to do with that. And I'm like, what? What is she saying? If you look at her in that moment, like you realize that she had completely tuned out in that moment. And she was just trying in that moment to think of something to say because she was completely blank. And so the Brat chimes in to say something, and Wendy's like, oh, yeah, you go. Yeah, you want her to go, girl, because you know that you were a blank canvas at that point. So the Brat chimes in, she says what she has to say and sort of, you know, helps to recover the segment. But I left that particular segment watching the exchange of Wendy and the Brat, thinking to myself, hell, Wendy could bring the Brat on the show and let her host. Somebody needs to come in and give sis a break. I don't know if she needs to take a year off. You know, I don't know if it's everything that's been going on with the divorce, everything that's been going on with the move, everything that's been going on with her mother. Like she has had, you know, everything that's been going on with her health. She's had a lot of different things happen to her as of late. So it's completely understandable that she would be in a somewhat fragile state right now. But if she is fragile, Debmar Mercury, whomever produces her show, they need to give her the space and time to recover and to heal and bring back the old Wendy, because this sort of broken down, you know, Wendy, it's a sad thing to watch, because if you've been a long time Wendy fan, you will clearly know that she is not at her best. I'm getting hot under this mask, so before I pass out like Wendy did, let me stop. Let me go get some air. You guys, like, comment, please subscribe, comment below. I'm really curious to hear what you have to say, what your thoughts are on Wendy and her mental and emotional health. And I'll talk to you guys again in my next video. As always, ask yourself the question of why be better when you can be better. I'm the Masked Trans, and I'll talk to you guys again in my next video. Mwah.